Hey everyone, today this is lesson 10.4, and so we are using a number line to help us compare fractions. So we're still comparing fractions. We've used a number line before, and so in this case our number line is going to start with 0, which it normally does, and in this case we're going to just look at in between 0 and 1. And so what we're going to specifically look at is how to order fractions. And so looking at fractions, let's say we had the three fractions 1/4, 2/4, and 3/4, and of course they're already labeled there on the number line for you. But let's say we wanted to put them in order, but we also wanted to see which one was larger. And so it's already easy to see which one is larger. If we were to draw a model, you could see, like say if I were to draw a model, these same fractions, of course I want to draw it in 4 parts. And so if I were to draw a model like this, of course there's 4 parts, and so each one is worth 1/4, and if I were to add them all up, I would have 4/4, which is equal to 1 whole. And so I have 4/4 here, and so if I add them up, so this would be 1/4 plus this one will be 2/4 plus this one will be 3/4, and then the last one 4/4. And so what we want to look at is, of course, we can also use our benchmark fractions to help us, and so we want to see which one is closest to 0, which one is closest to 1, and so those numbers 0 and 1 will help us to compare fractions. And so we're looking at, of course, what's already done for you. 3/4 is greater than 1/4, and the reason that 3/4 is greater than 1/4 is because 3/4 is closer to this number right here, number 1, than 1/4, because 1/4 has got a long way to go before it gets to 1 whole. And so 3/4 is greater than 1/4 is because it's closer to 1. And so when we're comparing fractions, of course, in this case, we have the same denominator. We've been looking at denominators. We've been looking at fractions with same denominators and even the same numerators. But in this case, we're going to use a number line to help us to see which one's greater. And so when we're looking at seeing which one's greater, we want to see, all right, which one is closer to 0? 0 is, of course, nothing. And so 1/4 is closer to 0. 3/4 is closer to 1. And of course, if it's closer to 1, that means it's a larger fraction.